Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden, and today we are finishing up the mini-series that we started where I go over the best cars from each decade. We started with the 60s, then we did the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and now we're on to the 2010s. Obviously, we're not going to do the 2020s because the 2020s isn't even close to over yet, but today is for the 2010s. Now, real quick, if your favorite car isn't on here, don't shoot the messenger, all right? These are just the cars that I think are the most legendary, not the best, not the fastest, not the most luxurious, not the most reliable. No. Just the most legendary, the ones that are going to go down in history as something that did something a little bit different or added something. And you guys understand what legendary means. I don't have to explain that. But either way, if you guys want to support this channel any more than you already are, head on over to www.smoothstance.com/shop. Pick yourself up any hats, shirts, or shorts. And with all that out of the way, guys, let's get right into the video. All right, so coming in at the number 15 spot is going to be the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. I could have absolutely mispronounced that. I don't even care though, because it's very confusing. It's one of the most underrated cars to come out during the last decade, in my personal opinion. But also, in my personal opinion, it's one of the most influential, alright, buddy? It comes with a freaking 2.9 liter twin turbocharged V6, making a nasty 505 horsepower, and it was rear wheel drive. And I think this is one of the first times that we've ever seen a car brand really tackle like the sports sedan market that isn't like BMW or Audi. So it's super sick to see that there's like other companies finally taking part in it. Like I know Jaguar is starting to make some new fast sedans, and that's cool to see. But I really just liked seeing Alfa Romeos because I think it looks beautiful. Number 14 is going to the midlife crisis mobile, but on steroids now. The freaking Chevy Corvette C8. Everybody knows it, and everybody mainly has good things to say about it, so it's a no-brainer that it's an amazing car from the 2010s. It's freaking just like, it's a Corvette, but not really a Corvette. It's like a Corvette plus a Ferrari had a baby, and it's freaking awesome. It comes with a 2.9 liter, oh whoops, not that, it comes with a 6.2 liter V8 making 495 horsepower, and it was rear wheel drive. By the way, I accidentally read the Alfa Romeo script again there. That's why I said 2.9 liter. But anyway, the only reason that this car is so crazy is simply because it's mid-engined now, which is super cool for Corvette for sure, but I couldn't put it any higher because I don't think it'll have any effect on like other cars. It's just going to have an effect on the Corvette line from here on out. But it's still cool, really cool to see. They obviously took inspiration from the supercars, so it's not like they started anything, but it's still really cool. Number 13, however, is going to, I think, the first truck that we've ever had on either one of these lists, the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. It's awesome. Plenty of car brands have made like cool sporty trucks before in the past, like the GMC Cyclone and stuff like that, but none really did it like this well. It was built for a freaking purpose, and I love that. It comes with a 5.2 liter supercharged V8, making an insane 700 horsepower going to all four wheels. Now, quick little spoiler alert, the Ford GT isn't going to be on this list because it literally has the same exact motor that's in this Ford Raptor. And I think a truck with an engine that is much cooler than like a normal engine over a hypercar with that exact same engine is more impressive to me. So I didn't put the Ford GT here. But either way, the Raptor was insane. Don't sleep on it. It started like the Ram TRX. We can thank the Raptor for it. It's a cool truck. Number 12 is going to the gosh diddly darn BMW M2, baby. This little thing did what the 1M was trying to do before, and in my opinion, it absolutely nailed it. It's an entry-level, like, true M car. It's something that everybody's wanted for years now, and it's finally freaking here. It's really cool to see. It comes with a 3-liter turbo inline-six, making 405 horsepower, and it was rear-wheel drive. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the same engine and power as the M3 F80, but not as expensive as the M3 F80, which is pretty freaking awesome to me. They also look incredible and apparently handle like an absolute beast, so it's literally just perfect. Plus, it's the first BMW 2 Series ever, which is cool to see as well. It's just like everything about it is really cool. Like I said before, it's like, if you guys know what the 1M is, it's almost like they did what the 1M was trying to do, and I think they knocked it out of the park. Number 11 is going to the Subaru BRZ, the car that is not legendary in the way the rest of these cars are legendary, but it's legendary in its own right, okay? I know people are going to hate me already and be like, you put a Subaru BRZ as legendary? Yes, I did, and let me explain. The car comes with a very small 2-liter flat four, making only 200 horsepower, and it was rear-wheel drive. And obviously, that's nothing impressive at all, especially compared to like what we're seeing so far already. As a matter of fact, most modern economy cars make that much horsepower, but this car was something like a freaking, it's almost like a Miata, right? It's a handling god, and it will go down in history as one of the best tuner cars of the 2010s too. Everyone that has one mods it, Everybody that knows about the BRZ knows they're good to be modded, and they handle like a dream. They're an autocross weapon, and that's amazing. I like when cars do that. They didn't just go for power. They wanted something that could handle, and they did it. Next up at number 10 is going to be the Porsche Cayman GT4. I will be honest with you, I added this one in here just because of how much I personally love them, so I'm sorry. It's not that influential. It's honestly just because I think they look amazing. I like them a lot, so that's why it's here. But either way, it is pretty cool. It comes with a 4-liter flat six, making 385 horsepower going to the rear wheels, but the car is incredibly light and has the wonderful Porsche engineering behind it too, so you know damn well that it's going to handle very, very, very well. They also just look so gosh darn good in my opinion. I think these Caymans look better than the 911s. I know, I said it, I don't care. I think they look cool. They're smaller, they're more nimble. I like that. And in their respective class, the GT4 class, the Cayman is the fastest one. Like, that's awesome. Number 9 is going to be the Cadillac CTS-V Wagon, which is honestly such an underrated American monster. They're pretty much a Camaro, but in a different body and with more seats for your children. That's literally like the whole selling point behind this CTS-V Wagon. And if that doesn't scream, oh wow, I'm a good car, I don't know what freaking does. It comes with a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, making an insane 556 horsepower going to the rear wheels. And why must you need that in a wagon, you may ask? Well, the answer is you don't, to be honest, but why wouldn't you want it? Okay, that's the whole thing. The car kind of showed the world that wagon muscle cars are still cool. And before this car, we hadn't seen like a wagon muscle car in quite some time. So it was nice to see it again. And it's just like, yeah, you don't need to go fast in a wagon. But why won't you go fast in a wagon? Number 8 is going to the Audi R8 V10 Plus, one of the most loved supercars in today's world because they're incredibly affordable while still looking like something that costs $300,000. That's amazing. They're just fantastic, all right? They come with a 5.2 liter V10, making a massive 602 horsepower, and it was paired with a Quattro all-wheel drive system. I mean, you take one good look at the damn Audi R8 and you're going to fall in love and dream of owning one. They are just awesome. And the amazing part about it is, unlike an Aventador or a 458 Italia, it's an actual affordable dream car. How much better could it get? On top of that, people that actually do own Audi R8s say that they're actually an amazing like daily driver, which is wild to hear because it's a freaking supercar. Next up at the number 7 spot, we're going to head back to the land of Japan for the last time of this list with the Honda Civic Type R FK8, or 10th generation, whatever you want to call it. The first ever Type R Civic that we got in America, and that alone is enough to make it legendary, but there is more, my son. It comes with a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4, making only 305 horsepower, but it was front-wheel drive. But that's all it really needed, because it is, as of right now, the fastest front-wheel drive production car in the world, which shouldn't surprise you since Honda is like the king of front-wheel drive. They do have a bit of an aggressive look and fake vents, which is questionable, but I think the looks are definitely good in my opinion, but that could be you. On top of all that stuff, this is the first Type R to come with a turbo. It's the fastest front-wheel drive car in the world and has been holding that title for a very long time. The only one that's going to beat it is most likely going to be the next generation of Civic, which is incredible. Like, it's definitely a monster. But hold your horses and pack your bags, because we're going back to the supercar world for the car that kind of makes me mad for some reason. I don't know why, but for some reason it makes me angry. It is the Ferrari LaFerrari. In case you don't know, this is a hypercar, not even a supercar anymore. This is a hypercar, and it's insane. It comes with a 6.3 liter V12, making 800 horsepower going to the rear wheels, which sounds sketchy to me, I'm not gonna lie. But it's a Ferrari, so it'll probably stay planted. But if it doesn't stay planted, you're going to go for a freaking ride. Either way, though, this car is one of the 3 that was like launched around the same time by some huge hypercar companies to try and make like the best hypercar in the world. And it is my personal least favorite of the 3. It's just not special enough to me. Like, I'm sorry. I don't think it deserved the name Ferrari the Ferrari. I really don't think it did. It's a great car, but it just didn't do anything to me personally. Now we are into the top 5 though, and number 5 is going to be the most overrated car in the world right now, the freaking Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Oh my good gravy, slap my willy and call me silly. It is amazing, don't get me wrong, but I put it at the number 5 for crying out loud, but it's not the fastest car out there, okay? Calm down. It comes with a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, making 717 horsepower, and it was rear-wheel drive. And that is impressive for sure. And I'm not trying to sit here and say that it's not a fast car, and it is in like every single rap song ever now, so it definitely deserves the number 5 spot. Even normal people now just say they want a Hellcat and they don't even know what it is. But at the end of the day, Hellcats are incredibly heavy, okay? And yes, they're fast. I'm not saying they're not fast, but they're only fast in a straight line. As you take them to if you like cornering, which most car guys do, this is not a good choice for you. If you like drifting, this is not a good choice for you. If you like luxury, this is not a good choice for you. There's a lot of things about this car that isn't good, but it is really fast, and it is very influential, I'll say that. Number 4 is going to the McLaren P1, which pains me not to put at number 1, to be honest, because it's probably, in my opinion, the most beautiful car in the world right now. It is gorgeous, okay? It is absolutely sexy, but it just didn't do anything that crazy, so I couldn't really put it any higher. It comes with a 3.8 liter twin turbo V8, making 903 horsepower, and it was rear wheel drive as well. And besides being an insanely beautiful car and being another one of the 3 brands that took part in the hypercar race, it wasn't like super influential. It was just another awesome McLaren to show the world that they are still on top, and I love that. I love McLaren. I think McLaren is one of the most beautiful supercar brands out there. I think the British people knock it out of the park when they make supercars, and McLaren is just another test to that. But like I said before, it just didn't do anything like as good as the top 3, in my opinion, to earn that spot. So third place is going to a car that did a lot, but I just don't like. It is the Bugatti Chiron or Chiron or Chiron, whatever you want to call it, which, I mean, we all know why it's so important, but once again, just like the LaFerrari, it makes me mad for some reason, and I don't know why. I can't get over it. It comes with an absolutely ridiculous 8-liter quad turbocharged W16, making a ridiculous 1,500 horsepower, and it was all-wheel drive, of course, because it has to be with 1,500 horsepower, otherwise it wouldn't be able to leave the freaking driveway. And yes, this is the fastest car in the world as of right now, and it's the first car to confirm over 300 miles per hour, but I just don't like Bugattis. You know what I mean? There's just something about Bugatti with the Veyron and with the Chiron. Actually, I do like the EB110. I think the EB110 is a pretty cool looking car, but the Chiron and the Veyron, they just don't look that great to me. And I know that's all personal opinion, but that's why I couldn't put it any higher. It is really influential. It did a lot. It's the first car to reach 300 miles per hour, which is crazy. So I do give it credit for that. Second place, however, is damn near perfect in every way. It is just amazing. It is the Koenigsegg Regera. To be honest, Koenigsegg has been murdering the game lately. They just do not miss over and over again, and the Regera was insane. I think personally that Koenigsegg is the best hypercar brand, period. I don't think there's anybody that can. They do so much influential stuff, it's insane. This car came with a 5-liter twin turbo V8, making once again 1,500 horsepower, but this time it was rear wheel drive, surprisingly. So don't get behind the wheel of this car if you want to survive, because that's just ridiculous. The looks alone are worthy of the number 2 spot. It looks so good, but this car did so much more. First of all, the insane horsepower with just a twin turbo V8 and a couple electric motors is insane, but most importantly, the transmission only has 1 gear, which is some futuristic ass technology, okay? Koenigsegg does some insane stuff with their freaking transmissions. I don't know if you guys heard about the new CC850 that's coming out, but they made a CC850 and it's an automatic, but right next to the automatic is a 6-speed gated manual transmission. It's nuts. First place, though, if you know anything about the hypercar world, you knew it was coming. It is the Porsche 918. It's the third car in the hypercar trifecta between Ferrari, McLaren, and Porsche. And in my opinion, it is the best, hands down. I personally like the P1 better. I think it just looks a lot better, but the 918 definitely was more impactful and did something even crazier. It comes with a very small and not that insane engine, actually. It's just a 4.6 liter V8, but it managed to make 887 horsepower with the added bonus of some electric motors, and it was rear wheel drive. And this car was for the longest time the fastest 0 to 60 car in the world with a mind-boggling 2.1 second 0 to 60. It has only been beaten by the Model S Plaid and the SF90 Stradale. I mean, how could you not love that? That is insane. A 2.1 second 0 to 60. That is nuts. Also, huge props to the Ferrari as well. It's a hybrid with a 2-second flat with 0 to 60, which is also really nuts. So props to you, SF90 Stradale. For everybody that's saying, well, the freaking Tesla's even faster. Don't care, because what noise does it make? Doesn't make cool noises, so I don't care. The Porsche 918 Spider makes sick noises. SF90 Stradale makes sick noises. They're the real winners of the 0 to 60 time, in my opinion, buddy. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this one. Yeah. Also, I know I'm going to see a comment down below saying it. Where's the Tesla? I'm going to put that to rest right now. All right, buddy? here's where the Tesla is. In the garbage bin, where it so damn belongs. I don't care if it's the first, oh, it's gonna cause all the electric cars. I don't like electric cars. I don't like them. So why would I say that's influential? That's not influential, that's a bad influence. That would be like me being like, oh, the most influential person in history is Hitler. Makes no sense, he's a horrible person. That's a horrible car. I don't like electric cars, okay? I'm a car guy, I don't like that. Oh wow, this is so great, I can't shift gears. It drives itself. I like cars, I like driving. I don't want my car to drive itself. That is the most boring thing I've ever heard. That's like being a football player and being like, oh, the ball will just travel on its own. You just have to look at where you want to throw it. No, it's the fun part is throwing it or catching it. Like, man, I don't know. So no, the Tesla's not on here. I don't think it's influential. It's influential if you like boring stuff, but it's not influential if you like cool cars. So it's not on there. Sorry. But either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. Das Vidania. Have a nice night.